Since the beginning of time, complicated debates about society, class, gender, and race have dominated human speech. Class-conscious movies that depict the conflict between the wealthy and the poor, or the have and the have-nots, have always been on the dramatic increase. These movies have effectively conveyed a bleak message about our economic system, social injustice, and individual prejudice. The cinema landscape has utilized the theme of class anxiety and social divide in films like Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, Alfonso Cuarón Roma. Ruben Ostlund 2022 Palme d'Or winner Triangle of Sadness, a sadistic comedy, is a daring and cutting-class satire of wealth and beauty privilege that unfolds like a social psychology experiment. This seagoing narrative comes at the apparent theme of the brutality of human nature through an examination of the ultra-rich wealth hoarders and beauty influencers. The movie is divided into three sections, and model couple Carl and Yaya serve as its unifying force. The film's original title Sans Filter, which translates to Without Filters, makes fun of social hierarchies and class divisions brought about by capitalism by using grotesque and humor. Triangle of Sadness begins during a casting call where a fashion reporter questions a lineup of physically fit and attractive maid models about their profession backstage. The maid models waiting to be seen and evaluated are questioned by the reporter. What qualities make a man a successful model? Are they content with earning only a third of what their female counterpart earns? Did their families help them succeed as male models? The reporter asks Carl if it is a runway casting for a grumpy brand like H&M or a high-end designer brand like that look down on its customer like Balenciaga. The scene concludes with the reporter patronizingly exclaiming H&M and Balenciaga, while the men hurriedly alter their attitudes. The contrast between costly brands which demand the models reflects strong, soft, harsh, and unapproachable demeanors. A little while later, Carl is called to the unfriendly casting tribunal for the audition, where they're muttering among themselves and scanning Carl's portfolio quickly. Carl is made to awkwardly walk back and forth by the casting director, while being strangely asked, "Can you relax your triangle of sadness?" Title make reference to a triangle created by prolonged frowning above the nose and between the brows, which is frequently treated with Botox to control emotional outbursts. In the first act, the scene switches to a fashion show where Carl struggles to find a spare seat since the number of significant influencers required to front row spot, breaking his heart when a large screen displays messages like "Everyone's equal now," "Act now," or "Love now." It is paradoxical because we just saw how some people lost their seat and certain people are favored over others. This fashion exhibition, which appears to be socially conscious, is anything but hypocritical. Yaya, who is catwalking onto the stage while the audience goes crazy for her, is the star of the performance. Yaya and Carl are dating in order to increase each other's social media following. Yaya is much more successful than Carl in terms of her modeling profession, as well as her fan base on Instagram. Following the fashion presentation, the models are followed during a tense dinner date at a fancy restaurant, where an uninterested Yaya ignores the check and waits for Carl to pay. Although Yaya makes more money, Carl openly questions why he usually takes the check. Yaya suggests that she use a calculator to divide the bill in a contemptuous manner. They appear wealthy from the outside, but fight about who will pay for supper. The challenge will be a little bit simpler for Carl because he strives for equality in a partnership without falling into stereotypical gender roles. Since she invited him and Yaya had made a payment commitment the night before, Carl wants Yaya to cover the cost of the pricey supper. The argument between Carl and Yaya continues in the taxi back to the hotel. Yaya claims that talking about money is not seductive, and she does not worry about money. Yaya insists that she is giving, but Carl says he feels taken advantage of. After the argument turned violent, the pair spend some time apart before Yaya eventually comes back to Carl. Yaya reveals that she is unintentionally manipulative and that she has no intention of paying the bill for the dinner. Yaya discloses that she needs to know that she can be taken care of if she ever has to stop working. She believes in the man's ability to provide for the woman. When Yaya states that their relationship is nothing more than a transactional one, she even admits that the only option for her to move forward is to become someone's trophy bride.